Hey, everyone, it's Fraser, and I am live right now on YouTube. And first of all, I'm so excited to talk about this with you guys. We're going to be talking about pet heaven, the afterlife of pets, and do pets go to heaven? Now, this is something that I am asked about almost every single day. There's always an inbox that I have on Instagram where somebody will write to me and be like, Matt, my dog passed away, my cat passed away, my ferret passed away, my horse passed away. Do pets have souls? And what I want you to know is that pets do have souls. And more importantly, the answer is yes. They do go to heaven and they do go to the other side. And first of all, I want to say hello to some of you. I see Rosanna is here, and Scout is here, and Des is here, and Darlene is here, and Ray is here, and Anthony is here, and Jackie is here. Oh my God, you guys, we have so much to talk about because, this is the one thing that truly makes me sad. Every single time I talk about pet afterlife, every time I talk about the other side, every time I talk about what happens when our pets pass on, do you know that people will actually write back? There'll be people who actually comment on this video and say pets don't have souls. That completely blows my mind. That hurts me so much because it's so not true. Listen, anything that comes from God goes back to God. And what I want you to know is this, is that pets absolutely have a soul. And that's the reason why Spirit tells me we're so connected to our pets. We're connected to our pets for a couple different reasons. The first is that our soul senses the soul that's within that cat, that dog, that horse. That's the reason why we empathize with them. It's the reason why we love them so much. And it's the reason why, in turn, they love us. Pets show us the never-ending love that they have for us every single day, the way that they wait for us to come home, the way that they cuddle up to us when we're sad, the way that they get so excited when we give them attention or sit next to them. What I want you to know is this, is that there's something that happens in the spirit world, which is really amazing. And it's called, I like to call it soul reassignment, okay? And what happens is sometimes what happens is that we might have, sorry, if you hear jingle bells, that's actually my cat right next to me shaking his collar. But what actually happens is this, is that, the same way we adopt someone here in this world, what happens when we go to the other side? Everyone always asks me this. And there's a lot that we can learn from people who are adopted. So for example, if you never knew your mom because you were adopted here in this world, your birth mom, I should say, your biological mom. If you never knew your biological mom because you were adopted, and all you knew throughout your life was your adopted mom, and your heart felt that she was your mother, and for all your life you knew her as your mother, well, what happens when you die? Does all of a sudden heaven just separate you and you have to go with some other family that you didn't know your whole life just because you were blood related to them? Absolutely not. What I want you to know is that when we take someone in under our wing here in this world, when we adopt somebody into our life as our son, our daughter, this connection goes far beyond blood. Love goes far beyond blood. It becomes a soul connection that we have. The same way that your husband, becomes your husband and your wife becomes your wife. That love, that bond that you create with that child, that you create with that stepson or whoever it is, when that soul goes to the other side, you are reunited in heaven. That bond keeps us together. Well, I'm telling you this because something else happens. That same thing happens with our pets when we pass on. Our pets don't just go back to their fur baby mom and their fur baby dad. Now, don't get me wrong. Just like, and I'm going to talk a lot about adopted families because adopted families, and pets, as weird as it sounds, there's a lot that they can learn because the same way that we adopt people, when we make that soul connection, it's the same thing with our pets. When we adopt a pet, we make a soul connection. So what happens with people who are adopted is when they're adopted here in this world and they get to know their mom is their mom and their adopted dad is their dad, when they get to the other side, they stay with those people. Thank you, LB Studio, for the super chat. And they still get to know their biological family. They get to see their biological family in heaven. They know their biological family in heaven. But even though that might have been their biological mom and their biological dad, the fact that growing up, they knew their adopted mother as their mother and their adopted father as their father, and they accepted them as parents. Guess what? In heaven, they are actually their parents. The same way here in this world, they're their parents. Sorry, there's a lot of theirs in there. But it's the same thing that happens with our pets. When we adopt a pet into our family, we adopt a pet into our family. They see us as their mom or their dad. And one day, when we transition on to the other side, our pets are among the first that greet us when we get to the other side. And what I want you to know is this. And thank you, Gina. Now, Gina goes, North Florida, really appreciate you. I can't believe I'm coming. By the way, if you guys haven't heard, next week I'm coming to Tampa, Florida. And I'm also coming to Orange Park, Florida, where I'll be giving live readings at the Hard Rock in Tampa. And also, I'll be giving live readings at the Thrasher Horn Center in Orange Park. It's right next to Jacksonville. So I'm so excited about that. Also, I'm coming to see you guys in California. If you haven't heard, I'm coming to Morongo Resort Casino in Cabazon, California, Lancaster. I'm coming to the Lancaster Performing Arts Center. Also coming to Reno, Nevada. Also coming to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Sorry for that commercial, but I had to plug those events now that you guys went and reminded me. But what I want you to know is this. What I want you to know is that, we feel those connection with our pets because just like us, pets feel love. And what's amazing is that the way that they love and trust us here in this world, it's because of one thing. It's because pets have a soul. So our soul recognizes the soul that's within them. It's the reason why they have such empathy. It's the reason why they have love. And it's the reason why they transition on into heaven. And what I want you to know is this, is that when our loved ones transition on to heaven, what's so amazing is that our pets go through that same transition. When our pets leave this world, when they transition to the spirit world, here's the coolest thing that I've ever heard as a medium. The spirits tell me that pets go through a life review. Now, you might have heard that we as humans go through a life review, right? When we pass on and we go through, we go to the other side, we learn about our spirit guide, we learn about why we were put here on this earth, we see the challenges that we went through, the struggles that we went through, we see, why we were put here on this earth, why we met certain people, who our soulmate was, all these different things, right? All the things. Well, when our pets transition on, they go through a life review as well, but their life review is very different. When pets go to the other side, they're able to understand things that they didn't understand here in this world. Because our pets might understand love. They might understand their bond that they have with us, but they don't understand other things. Oh my God, thank you so much, Jackie, for the super chat as well. She goes, Matt, we love you, the greatest medium in the world. That makes me feel so good. Thank you. You're so sweet. So what I want you guys to know is that our pets, when they go to the other side, what's so amazing about this is that here in this world, they don't realize all that we do for them. They love us and they trust us, but they don't know the things that we sacrifice for them, right? We have to dip into our life savings to help them when they're sick. I just had a woman who was a friend of mine who literally had this dog who had some type of a heart issue. I don't know exactly what the terminology was, but literally she had to dip into her 401k, take out $10,000 so that her dog could have this surgery. And unfortunately, 6 months later, the dog had passed away. And she had said to me, "Oh my God, Matt, I feel like my dog felt that I was hurting him. I felt like that he didn't realize how much that I actually loved him." She was telling me about, she didn't even think that her dog knew, there was no way her dog could have known that she, tapped into her 401k and that she brought him to the vet and that it cost this money. Well, what I want you to know is this, is that here in this world, our pets don't know about money. They don't know the reason why we're throwing pills down their throat. They don't realize the reason why we bring them to the vet. But they do know something. They do know that we're helping them. As much as they don't like to go, and as much as they, put up a fight when we're putting pills down their throats or doing whatever the hell we have to do to them, they do know that we're helping them. And that's why they let us, because they trust us. But what's truly amazing is when our pets pass on and they go through a life review, during that life review, they're able to see why we did the things that we did. They understand when they get to the other side that those pills, those things that we were throwing down their throat was actually medication to keep them alive. They're able to see that when we were bringing them to the vet, that it was costing us $200, $300 at a time, that we were dipping into our life savings, to pay for an operation just to give them a few more months and years. It's the reason why when they get to the other side, they're able to understand, how much money we spent on them. That, we may have made, $50 at work, but we spent 25 of it to buy them a pet bed or whatever it is. I mean, that's a kind of crazy analogy, but you get the drift, right? Pet toys are expensive, but we do it because we love them. And on the other side, when our loved ones go through that pet review, they see all of the ways that you love them. They see all the things that you did for them. And in turn, your pets, because of that, watch over you from the other side. And they have a deeper appreciation for you now that you've passed. The hardest thing about losing a pet is that here in this world, we think, oh my God, like I even know, it was even hard for me being a medium when we had to put our cat down. Oh my God, you guys, I was having such a hard time with that. And internally, just being human, the human side of me was thinking, oh my God, she doesn't even know that she's going to the other side. She doesn't even know that, I'm going to be putting her down because unfortunately she had a terminal cancer. And I was so upset. And I'm thinking, she's just so helpless. They don't know. They don't know. Well, Spirit told me this. Spirit told me that pets do know. They have an intuition. Not only do they know, Spirit has told me this, and this is something that really comforted me that I want to share with all of you. For all of you who have lost a loved one that was a pet, I want you to know one thing. The spirit world has told me that our pets don't fear death the way that we do. We fear death as humans because unless you're spiritual, unless you receive signs, and unless you're like me and you believe in the other side, we can't see the other side of the afterlife, unless you're a practicing medium or unless, you're very intuitive or spiritual. But what's so amazing, what the spirit world tells me is that all of our cats, not only have or cats and dogs, I say cats, I got cats, but cats, dogs, horses, any animal, they all can see something that we don't. Animals can see spirits among us every day. So, for example, your dad that had passed away, your mom that passed away, that watch over you every day, your animals see throughout the house. Your animals actually see other animals that have passed away. So if you had two dogs here in this world and one passed away, that dog that passed away will come back and watch over that other dog. And that dog that's still here in this world will be able to see that dog. No, it seems crazy, but pets have a different filter. They have a different lens than we do. They can see spirits. That's the reason why, pets will bark at things that aren't there. Cats will chase something, around the house that, nobody can see. It's because of the fact that they have that different lens. They have that different filter. So what I want you to know is this, is that although we have a hard time letting go, and more importantly, our pets have a hard time letting go. And if you've ever had to put a pet down, you may have had that experience where your pet refused to go. Maybe your pet held on until you got home from work to pass on. Maybe your pet, I remember, back when I was a kid, I'll never forget this. This was so traumatizing to me that we actually had a cat that was a family cat of ours. And that cat, it was actually my mom's cat and hung around long enough to meet me. That cat was terminally ill. We didn't know it. But the cat had bone cancer, and the cat literally dragged itself home just to be able to say goodbye to the family. And, it was incredible because I remember when my parents went to put the cat down at the vet was telling them, this is incredible that a cat would actually do this, would actually come home, just to be able to be with all of you, in the last moments. Well, pets have a really hard time letting go from all of these readings that I've done. Now, at the time, I didn't know that I was just a boy. I was only, I think, 4 years old when that cat had passed away. But what's amazing is that, being a medium, I know now that when I do these readings, the spirits tell me that pets have a hard time. Thank you, Ginger. Pets have a hard time leaving us. Why? Because your pets love you so much. And a lot of times we rely on our pets. We rely on pets for so many different reasons. To some, they're seeing eye dogs. To some, they're service animals. To some, they're emotional support animals. To some, they're our best friends. To some, they're our children. To some, they're our family. And our pets are nervous to leave this world, not because they're afraid of dying, but many times they hang on because they don't want us to be sad. They don't want us to miss them. They don't want to leave us with the pain that's within our heart. So that's the reason why, if you've ever had a pet that was hanging on, that's the reason why. What I want you to know is this. What I want you all to know is that on the other side, we do see our pets again. And the souls tell me that when we pass on, they're among the first to greet us on the other side. So what do our pets do in the pet afterlife? What do they do in heaven? Well, the answer is actually really simple. And I see a lot of you saying, oh my God, I'm so sad. I'm so sad. Well, listen, don't be sad because there's something that our loved ones do in heaven. They don't just disappear and leave us. What's amazing is that our pets watch over us here in this world. Your pets aren't alone in heaven. They're with your mom, your dad, your sister, whoever, with your other family members. Because don't forget, you adopted your pet into your family. When you adopt them into your family here on earth, when they die, who do you think that they go back to? They go back with your family in spirit, meaning your grandmother, your grandfather, your dad. And it's funny because I love those readings that I do when I see like somebody who had a lot of pets and they'll be like this father that's in spirit. This just happened to me. Like, I want to say like 2 months ago, I was reading for this woman who had lost her dad. And her dad was like, Jesus Christ, can you tell my daughter that I have every goddamn cat that she ever adopted? And she started freaking out. She was like, Matt, I used to take in stray cats. She's like, I used to have literally, she would have crates in her house with all like that she would have, stray cats in and and rehab back to life and keep. She was like a crazy cat lady. Shouldn't talk because I'm a crazy cat man. Like Alexa's a little crazy cat lady. We got three. I like potato chips. You can't have just one. Thank you, Marjorie, for the super chat. What I want you to know is this. What I want you to know is that, it was so funny because her father, who didn't even like cats, was there with all of these cats that, was his daughters. Why? Because she adopted them into the family here on earth. They're in heaven on the other side. I mean, being a medium, I've seen so many pets. I've seen horses. I've seen horses. I've seen bunny rabbits. I've seen ferrets. I've seen parrots, birds. I've seen so many souls that have come through in readings. Thank you, Cami, as well for the super chat. And what I want you to know is this, is that one of the things that our pets also do when they get to the other side, once they see how much that, we love them and cared about them and what an amazing life we gave to them, is that a lot of times our pets will actually help us by finding another pet for us here in this world. Has that ever happened? I had a friend of mine who lost her dog. And her dog was everything to her. Her dog's name was Paris, and she used to bring this dog with her. She was a flight attendant. She took this dog with her everywhere, flying all over the world, all over the country. This dog would be there. And literally, after that dog passed, she was so heartbroken. She says, I will never get another dog. Well, literally, what was so amazing is that, a friend of hers who lived in the building was like, hey, there's this dog that came in. This dog was found starving on a ranch. Like, this dog needs a home. You need to take this dog. And she was like, nope, sorry, I can't. I don't want another dog. Thank you, Heidi, for the super chat. She's like, I really think that you need to take this dog. And she was like, no, I can't have another dog. I'm not over, my Paris that passed. She's like, I can't have another dog. Well, anyway, long story short, after she calmed down a little bit, a couple hours went by and she said, hey, listen, give it 24 hours. If nobody else can take the dog, I will take the dog. Well, don't you know, 24 hours came around. She took the dog. She goes, I'm only taking this dog as a foster dog. I'm going to give this dog back. Find this dog a home. This dog can't stay with me. I just don't, I'm not in the place in my life right now where I can have a dog. So they were like, okay, as long as you're going to agree to a foster the dog. Well, anyway, long story short, all of a sudden this dog found, his way into her heart. And it was funny because, this friend of mine is a realtor. So she always has to be leaving the house. So she has to bring, her pets with her everywhere. So this dog, was with her and she didn't know what to do. She had to go to a closing and she's like, okay, I have to do two things today. She's like, I have to go to church and if I got to go to the closing. And she literally told this dog, if you are meant to be with me, don't make a peep. Don't get me in trouble. Stay in my purse, right? She had a little like carrier. Stay in the purse. Thank you, Marjorie Brown. She's like, and you can come with me. Well, anyway, long story short, the dog didn't make a peep the whole time. And literally the dog walked into the house and it was like the dog just belonged there. And, I knew when she was telling me the story and seeing the story firsthand, I knew that this wasn't a coincidence. I knew that her dog, Paris, sent her this dog to be with her here in this world, a dog that really needed her. This dog needed her more than she needed this dog. But she was the right, she was the right person to take this dog in, to bring this dog back to health, and more importantly, to take care of him. Well, what I want you to know is that pets find their ways into our lives for many different reasons. But also sometimes your pets in spirit might send you, a dog or a cat or another animal to be with you who needs your love as well. That's very common. But I also want to let you know this. A lot of times we think of our pets as gone and we think it's the end. We think we can't talk to them again. As a medium, I want to let you know something that some people don't talk about, and that is that pets send us signs as well. Pets send us amazing signs to let us know that they're there and that they're with us and they're close by. It's amazing because, dogs and cats and all, whatever animal you have will find specific ways to get your attention, things that make you think about them. You'll see certain things that will automatically say, oh my God, that reminds me of my dog. Oh my God, that reminds me of my cat. And right away, you'll know that that's a sign. For example, I was reading for my friends who had just lost their dog. And, this dog, when I was, because I do connect once in a while with pets that have come through, when I was with them and their dog came through to me and said that the dog said that he sent them a sign, that they were out shopping and they saw another dog that looked like the dog that had died. And he was saying, that was me. I sent that to you. I sent that dog that you saw was me coming through, and they started freaking out. They were like, Matt, we were just in a store the other day. We saw a dog that looked just like Keith, And then literally, when we talked to them, they're like, the person in the store, they were like, that's our dog's name is Keith. Crazy. Well, they're like, was it a coincidence? I'm like, no, that's a sign. Well, that's how the spirit animals come through. So I want you to know this has happened to so many of my friends. It's happened in so many different occasions. And I want you to know this. Pets have unique ways to get our attention. You might be in bed and all of a sudden you could swear that you hear the nails of a dog walking down the hallway when literally your dog had passed away and there's no other pets in the house. You might be fast asleep when you feel something jump on the bed, but no one's there. It might be that all of a sudden you're driving down the street and you see a billboard that has a dog on it that looks just like the dog that you had passed within your life. What I want you to know is that those are not coincidences. Those are signs. And just like our loved ones, pets can send us signs as well. So I'm going to leave you with that. Thank you so much. Marjorie saying love to Royce. Thank you guys so, so much. Marie saying, oh my God, that happened to me. See, this is what I'm talking about, is that if we don't talk about these signs, you don't know about all the ways that your loved ones and the pets are reaching you. What I have to let you know is that if you'd like to come and join me, there are a couple ways to get a reading, because I know everyone's saying, Matt, I want to talk to you. I want to talk to you. One, here's where I'm coming. I'm coming to give live readings. Next week, I'm coming to Tampa, Florida. I'm also coming to Orange Park, Florida. Then I'm coming to give live readings at Morongo Casino in Cabazon, California. I'm coming to the Lancaster Performing Arts Center to give live readings in Lancaster, California. Thank you, Susie Q. I'm also coming to give live readings in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania at the Live Hotel and Casino. I'm coming to Reno, Nevada to give live readings. I forget what the name of that casino is. I think it's Legacy. Is it Legacy Hotel Casino? I get confused, but I'm coming there. I'm coming to Reno, Nevada. I'm coming to St. Louis, Missouri. I'm coming to Biloxi, Mississippi. I am coming to give readings in New Bedford, Massachusetts, Worcester, Massachusetts. I'm coming to give readings in, oh my God, what's the state? I'm drawing a blank. Oh, Northfield, Ohio. In New Jersey. I can't forget New Jersey. In Newark, New Jersey as well. All the dates are on my website, meetmattfraser.com. Just go to meetmattfraser.com. And if you're not in a city or state that I'm coming to, or maybe you live in Canada, or maybe you live in a different country, you can also join me for an online group reading. During my online group readings, it's 90 minutes of live reading. So I want to let you know that October is sold out, November is sold out, but there are 2 spots left in December. It's only $19 to attend. And all the videos that you see on my YouTube page, all the readings that I do have been from somebody who attended a $19 online group reading, and that person can be you. So the saddest thing is when somebody says to me, Matt, I want to attend, but I'm too afraid, or I'm not sure, or I don't want to be with other people. That's the saddest thing, because you literally miss out on hearing a message from your loved one in spirit. You've got to come and attend. So the best way to do that is to visit my website, meetmattfraser.com. I see that Linda says she's going to be joining in November. I see Denise that says that she's going to be with me at the end of the month. I think it's December. What would she say? December 1st. Oh, no, it's December 1st. She's coming. Shari's saying, we're in Biloxi. I'm coming to the Hard Rock Biloxi. You got to come see me. Hard Rock Biloxi. Tickets are online. Meetmattfraser.com. The dead can find me, so can you. Meetmattfraser.com. I hope to see you there. More importantly, write to me on social media. Let me know some of the questions that you've been having about the other side, and I will see you at the next online reading in December. I love you guys. Thank you for the love. Thank you for all that you do for me. Make sure that you subscribe, because new online readings are added every single week, and I'm going to be on here more often doing live teachings. I want to make sure that you come and join me. So I'll see you soon. Sending you lots of love, and remember one thing. Your loved ones are always with you. I'll see you soon.